This is Dave Wirt with your Ag Market News Weekly Summary. This week in Pennsylvania we had 3,425 head of cattle compared to 1,503 last week and 4,068 a year ago. Compared to last week's markets, steers were steady to $1 higher, Holsteins were mostly $1 to $2 lower, heifers sold steady to $2 higher, and cows were mostly steady to $2 higher. Bulls were mostly steady. Steers high choice and prime are 128.25 to 131.25. Choice are 124.50 to 127.50. Selects are 118 to 123. Holstein steers high choice and prime are 109.25 to 110.75. Choice are 104.20 to 106.50. Heifers high choice and prime are 126 to 128.50. Choice are 122 to 124. Cows breakers were 72.75 to 76.75. Boners were 71 to 74.50, and lean cows were 64.75 to $70. High dressing bulls were 87.50 to 92.50. Feeder cattle, this week they were mostly $5 higher. We're limited in sales yet this week, with some number of major sales coming up towards the end of this week and beginning of next week. Steers, medium and large frame, 130 to 500 pounds, around 132.50. Heavier cattle around 117 to 120. And bulls, 3 to 500 pounds, around 120 to 127. Number twos around 5 to 700 pounds, around $1.15 to $1.18, somewhere in that range. Again, they were limited in numbers yet this week, with bigger sales starting to roll in this coming week. Calves this week, there was 2,879 compared to 1,797 last week and 2,862 a year ago. Holstein bull calves and heifers were mostly steady to $1 higher, or steady to $5 higher. Holstein bulls 90 to 5 to 120 pounds were 107 to 118.75. Lighter calves were 93 to 108.50. Number twos 95 to 120 pounds were 92.50 to 106. And number threes were running about 70 to 80. Heifers, number one Holstein heifers were 121 to 142.50. Number twos were 67.50 to 102.50. Hogs this week, there was 1,147 compared to 106 last week and 10.53 a year ago. Compared to last week's barrels and gilts were $7 to $10 higher. Sows were $3 to $4 higher. Barrels and gilts 49 to 54% lean was 66.50 to 71. 40 to 5 to 49% lean was 60.50 to 67.50. 3 to 500 pound sows were 47 to 51.50. 5 to 700 pounds are 49.50 to 52. And sheep this week, there was 1,768 with nothing really available last week and 2,130 a year ago. Compared to last week's markets, lambs were 40 to 60 higher, sheep were about 20 to $30 higher. Choice lambs 40 to 60 pounds were 180 to 195. 60 to 80 pounders are 160 to 174. 80 to 90 pounders are 146 to 152. Good ewes 100 to 110 pounds were 106 to 110. Heavier ewes were running 70 to $1. Goats this week, there was 1,930 compared to about 1,560 a year ago. Compared to last week, kids were about $10 to $20 higher, billies were 20 to 25 higher. Goats are sold by the head with weights estimated. Selection one kids 40 to pounders were about 120 to $150. 50 to 60 pounders were 132 to $158. 70 to 80 pounders were 157 to $184. Selection twos 40 to 60 pounders were 88 to $115. 60 to 80 pounders were 126 to $147. Selection one nannies 80 to 130 pounders were 160 to $170. 130 to 160 pounders were 162 to $172. Selection one billies 100 to 150 pounders were 215 to $252. Heavier billies were running about 216 up to $300. Selection one weathers 70 to 90 pounders were 166 to $182. 90 to 110 pounders were about 180 to $252. This is Dave Wirt with Ag Market News. Hope you have a good week.